This was one of the first tests of, can we make an open world Pokemon game? Morning, Shinai. So the space-time rift is gone. Think that this means we can finally close the book on this whole mess? Well, in any case, there's one book we can't close yet, the Pokedex. Time to get back to our official Survey Corps duty of completing it. We're going to meet in the Survey Corps offices to discuss how we'll tackle the work that's left. See you there. So a couple things happen upon beating the main story. We now have the capability of getting the other two starters. The two that Laventon's been kind of holding out on us on. We also now have the ability to find them in space-time rifts. A token of gratitude. And the Darksome Nightmare. And the nice attention to detail is that those two are now not in his lab anymore. So I trust you enjoyed yourself at the festival. Sure did. Indeed. That only seems natural given the crowd. I believe last night was the first time I've caught a glimpse of you making merry, Captain. I believe you must be imagining things. Now, Professor Laventon, to business. What is the current state of progress on the Pokedex? I dare say we've made quite a significant progress, all in all. Though we could afford to put a little more effort into our research tasks. And of course, it is hard to know how far to go in pursuit of some reports. Certain Pokemon have only been mentioned in Hisui's legends. After all, who knows if they are even real? Yeah, we're still relatively new to these parts. How are we to know what's true and what's not? Pardon? Couldn't help it over here. If it's Hisuian history and legends you want, then I'm your man. Why, I've spent plenty of time studying such things instead of... while also tirelessly working for the Ginkgo Guild. And I've visited many of the ruins and whatnot here in the Hisui region already. I imagine I could teach you a thing or two about any Pokemon of legend in these parts. Oh, music to my ears, good fellow. Listen well, Shinai. You are to learn all you can from the Merchant Volo and work together as needed for the sake of the Pokedex. We, meanwhile, will also continue to gather intelligence on Pokemon by other means. Understood. I'll set up at the Heights camp then, Shinai. I'll be expecting you. Besides, I have something I'd like to discuss with you, so I hope you won't keep me waiting. Sure. Seeing as we no longer need Palkia, mandatorily, let's just roll with what we've got. Shinai, there you are. Have a look here, if you will. A good long, close look, please. See these patterns modeled after Pokemon? I've come to think that they might be letters, rather like hieroglyphs, if you will. I've inspected ruins across the region and have concluded that they all seem to tell the same tale. The tale of a brave soul who, together with the Pokemon at his side, went on a journey to search for fragments of an all-encompassing deity. A deity? Yes, an all-encompassing deity, the creator of this very universe, and his name is Arceus. Perhaps you've already heard this name. It does sound familiar. Of course, what else could I have expected from the hero who saved the Hisui region? But now, let us discuss the fragments. They surely must be the plates. Yes, the very plates you collected as you went about killing all the frenzied nobles. Haven't you noticed that they all have words carved on their backs? Go on, give them a read. The original one breathed alone before the universe came. This original one is none other than the Pokemon known as Arceus. So what do you say, Shunai? I think we should try to gather all the plates. And I've got just the idea to start our search. Join me in the heart of Grueling Grove. Also, his foot started twitching. In due time. An alpha. What alpha was I detecting? An alpha Stantler, eh? Ha! You know what? Why not? Let me show you a new tactic. And then take your Gigaton Ball and backstrike it. Almost guaranteed. You stun it with a few of those sticky gloves, and then you hit it in the back with a Gigaton Ball. Like I said, almost guaranteed. Because of how hard it is to aim these things normally anyway. This is the only reason why I ever use them. Once we get to this point, it becomes a lot easier. Also, while I'm here, I might as well do that one request. I believe it scales in a weird way. So Gigaton balls you have a very high chance of catching the Pokemon, but the downside is they're hard to handle. The Jet balls take a little bit more skill with aiming, but they're not as guaranteed as some of the others. Alpha Onix or not. Onix is not that great of a Pokemon. I'm happy that I got an evolution and it made it at least halfway decent. But, yeah, see how easy that was? I even went easy on it. Yep. This is called Orberg Tunnel because, well, this is the future site of the Orberg mine in Orberg City. This is why, even though Lion strongly resembles Clay from Unova, I am of the theory that he's also the ancestor of Rourke and Byron. Because that's a little too coincidental, don't you think? Now, Shunai, according to my own investigations... What? An Alpha Vespiquen? Terribly sorry, but do you think you could handle it? Too bad it isn't shiny. I would love it if it was. Or, well, yeah, also the entire Sinnoh Underground, but that took years to develop, though, according to Rourke. Several years to develop. I like what they did with it in, you know, the only saving grace of BDSP. I like what they did with it in BDSP. Make it so you could capture the Platinum exclusive Pokemon anyway. Even though it made no sense as to why they went with the Diamond and Pearl decks to begin with. But I digress. Why did that Alpha Pokemon have the plate that we were looking for? Maybe it just happened to find the plate lying around. In any case, that's the only other plate that I had any information about, so that's that. And yet nothing seems to be happening, which makes me suspect there must still be more plates left out there for us to find. Not to worry, though. I know the perfect person to ask. She's bound to know all about the plates. Mistress Kojita. The one and only Mistress Kojita, yes. You haven't had the chance to properly thank her for her help in obtaining the red chain, am I right? All the more reason to pay her a visit. So onward to the ancient retreat. Getting up to max level won't be very hard too once one of the post-game things are unlocked. A mass outbreak of Vulpix. Too bad you can't metagame Alolan Vulpix. Oh well. Well, that might be a little too intense. That one. Anyway. I'm going to have to move that one. Oh, lost one. It's miraculous what you've done. It seems the red chain served its purpose well, and you carried out your duty as you were bid. But what brings you here? Have you yet need of me? It's about Arceus. Ah yes, a tale whose origins lie a millennium or two ago. Those were the days of the ancient Sinnoh people, from whom I am descended across many generations. Those forebears of mine worshipped Arceus as the Pokemon that created the Hisui region, and I have heard of certain fragments, plates as they are called, that were given to the ancestors of Pokemon such as Kleavor and Weirdeer. Is that all? I thought surely you could tell us more about Arceus than the plates. I'm afraid I have nothing new to tell you. Why, the Diamond and Pearl clans would never have confused Dialga and Palkia with the creator Arceus had anything concrete been passed down. If only we had more to go on. The answers to these mysteries may even shed light on why Shunai here fell from the sky. Aha! I see what you intend. Very well. I'll help as best as I can. There are still other tremendous Pokemon in Hisui, other mysteries to be solved. Whether they are connected to Arceus, I cannot say for certain, but in searching them out, perhaps you'll stumble upon the path you seek. Let me think. There are Pokemon of the lakes, of course, and the Temple Giant. The Crescent Moon, the Volcano, and perhaps you might return to the very beginning. Now then, what would you hear of? Very well, Lost One. The rest depends on you and your efforts. It appears that the opening of the space-time rift compelled Pokemon that might otherwise have stayed hidden to come out and see what has befallen the world. I hope you succeed for your own sake and for that of the Pokedex you labor on. I knew we could rely on you, Mistress Gogeta. That's more than enough information to work with us. Now let us find those plates. Do we actually... How many of them do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, there are 11 plates, 17 total if you count the Pixie plate. It's just as I had suspected. Pokemon are the key to our search. If we can gather all the plates from them and decipher the messages on the back of the plates, at last, perhaps we can meet Arceus itself. You should go search for that Pokemon that Gogeta mentioned. I have my own avenues of research that I'd like to pursue. Arceus, creator of all Hisui. I truly can't wait to see what kind of Pokemon it might be. Okay, some of these I'm kind of blanking on what they were. Some of them are very obvious, like the Lake Guardians. I already know what the Crescent Moon and the Volcano are. That much is obvious. I've received a message from Mistress Kojita. I'm told you're collecting plates of some sort with the merchant Volo. And we must go to Prelude Beach. Meet me there. Prelude Beach, indeed, a place of beginning. Now is not the time for words. Face me in battle. All right. I love how his mustache moves in the wind. Very nice attention to detail. And your point is? Okay, fair enough. Rather bold. That's the last Pokemon he had. Fair enough. Even frightful creatures like Pokemon can become powerful allies. We've grown even stronger since we faced one another on Mount Coronet. It's clear you do not view Pokemon as dangerous enemies, but rather as trustworthy allies. Allies with whom you can reach great heights. Perhaps you are a divine being yourself, sent to bring us gifts from above. Here, you should have this. When the very first of our Galaxy Expedition team, myself, Benny, and the others, set foot on Prelude Beach, we found that plate. It clearly held some kind of power, and so I've kept it safe all this time. I find it fitting that it should end with you, who likewise arrived here on the same beach. Perhaps something is guiding us. Indeed, it must be so. You and I, Adaman, Irida, It appear we're all being guided by the one called Almighty Sinnoh. It might be more appropriate to call this region the Sinnoh region. I know I've no right to say this, but we are truly fortunate to have been able to count you among the Survey Corps ranks. If you had not joined us, we would have fallen on Mount Coronet. We would have lost our home. We would have lost our future. Now then, carry on with your survey work. The knowledge that you collect about the wild Pokemon of this region will serve to illuminate our path forward as we walk into the future. Okay, Alright, Fire Spit Island. That festival, attended by everyone in the clans and Galaxy team alike, oh, it was wonderful. Being able to spend time with Ice Skin in front of everyone was like a dream come true. Shunai, I'm sorry, Paulina here has something she wants to discuss with you. That's right, you should hear this, Irida. It seems something is once again very much amiss on Fire Spit Island. Oh, Fire Spit Island? Oh dear, you seem reluctant to get involved. It's just very hot there. Ma, you speak in such disparaging terms of the seat that my Lord Arcanine calls home, and to think you call yourself our leader, Irida. No, Lena, I didn't. Oh, stop with that silly old nickname in front of others, won't you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. It's just an old habit. Well, anyway, you heard her. Please get to Fire Spit Island so we can resolve this. Truly, please hurry. I might melt out there. Awkward. Okay, we're just going to be lazy. Oh yeah, you can also rematch any of the lords if you want to, but beware, they are a lot stronger. Hello, Shunai. Thank you for coming out so far of your way. Warden Icekin, wasn't Lena joining us? Oh yes, about that. It seems she wanted some time with her lord, so she asked us to check on the Lava Dome Sanctum. Without. What? The nerve of... She knows I can't stand sweltering places like this. I'm sure she meant no ill will. The warden of the Lord of the Isles is a kind, gentle soul. Anyway, shall we go inside? Might as well get this over with. Ugh. For anyone who knows anything about Sinnoh, what is lurking in a volcano? Careful, Shunai. So, here's a little trick for you. You can't do anything to it while it has its shield up. So what you're supposed to do is take these balls of mud and throw it at it to lower its shield. That makes it vulnerable to capture it. It kind of becomes a mini-boss in a way. This is one thing I like about the legendary Pokemon in this game, because they serve as mini-bosses. And then, while it's stunned, go behind it and throw a Gigaton Ball at it. Boom. Oh yeah, come to think of it, Iron Island is never mentioned or accessible. Whew, at least the heat's let up a bit. With both Arcanine and Heatran spewing flames about on a volcanic island, it certainly does get a bit toasty. Warrior Knights, can I have to ask, do you think there was any need at all for me to be here? Well, yes, of course there was. After all, you are the leader of the Pearl Clan. This trouble cropped up right here around the seat of one of your clan's nobles, so, yes, it was surely best for you to come see to it. Admirable of you to look after your clan's affairs. Do you really think so? I was wondering if it might not be revenge for all the times I pushed Lena to train her Growlithe harder. That's surely not the case. Even if Warden Paulina may have mentioned something about the need for, tough love. I thought so. To think she was so patient and kind with Growlithe, but when it comes to me... Well, Shania, you did great. We'll, just head back ahead of you then. I'll pick up the rest of these balls of mud because these are kind of hard to come by. So I can make more sticky globs out of them.
And that's going to be all the time that we have. So until next time, Ryo Nakage 33 signing off.